Hello everyone with your bright, beautiful faces. It's us, your Hack the Dino friends, here on Hack the Dino Gaming Cast, where we bring you the past, present and future of video games news, previews and discussions. Look at me being all professional. I am a scruffy nerf herder, Ben Rosenthal, and I am joined here on the Gaming Cast by one of my co-hosts who is sitting very, very close to me. Like, any closer we would be legally married. Floppy Starrick.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm close.
How about you?
Just like me.
No, not you.
They long
You.
to be close to you.
Close to you.
I'm
Who else we got
close-
with us today?
Anto's here.
I am indeed. Hello.
Hi, Anto. Are you close to us?
No, I'm probably a good 3 or 4 meters away.
Funny fact, Anto actually does this over in another country. Anto, what's the weather like over in your other country? That
Oh,
you're in?
you mean the Ingleland, which is always rain and wet?
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, it sucks.
They're in summer now. So
So still raining and wet
It's
then?
still
Yeah.
raining and wet. Yeah, summer's no different
And
to
cold.
winter.
what's the thing you love most about merry old England?
Not. Yeah, no, nothing.
I mean, surely there's summer. Didn't
Okay,
pies
no,
come
that's-
from there?
Yeah, no, Falmouth, a place in Cornwall, one of my favourite places in the country.
A foul mouth.
Falmouth.
Well, there won't be any foul mouths here because we are PG friendly this episode.
And hopefully each one moving forward.
And going forward.
We're going to be trying very hard to be good people today. We're going to put our good ties on, and we're going to... So, Anto, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing, surprise to no one, lots of Final Fantasy related stuff.
Oh, really?
I dived into Stranger of Paradise a bit more with a friend from work and had a grand old time.
Sorry,
It was
you
very
what,
fun.
You what into Stranger Paradise?
Dived in.
Isn't it Dove?
Dove in?
Oh,
I don't
dove
know.
in? You're
Doves,
from
dive,
England. You're the one
dived.
who invented the language.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Gosh darn druids.
Druids. Just because Stonehenge exists doesn't make us all druids.
Sure it
Are you
does.
sure it does? I'm pretty sure it does. I think there's like a law.
Yeah, exactly. Druids and...
Hedgehogs.
Yep. That's
Hedgehogs.
the one.
Yeah, hedgehogs are pretty
Badgers. You've got badgers.
Cool. We do.
Yeah, and all the other creatures from Wind in the Willows.
Badgers. Who do you reckon would win in a fight? England's native animals or Australia's native
Oh,
animals?
definitely Australia's.
Yeah, because we're hardcore. That's right.
Parkour or
Definitely.
stupid.
One of the two. Do you know what I saw the other day?
What?
It was a video, but it was basically two crocs in an enclosure, and one croc grabbed the other croc's leg, did a death roll, ripped it off, and ate it. Australia.
And that was
That's
at the
disturbing.
local zoo.
No, it was around the corner. It
it
was trying to get the kangaroo I was riding to work.
It was just coming out of a sewer. It was just going for you.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, what have you been
Strangers of
What have you guys
Paradise.
played?
Stra-
'Cause I'm done talking. I've only been playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I only been playing. Oh, what a
Yeah.
change.
playing? That or Sonic? Who would have
That or
thought?
Sonic, yeah.
Floppy, what have you been up to
Well-
with your fine self?
I haven't played many games, to be honest, in the last 2 weeks. I've done some other stuff.
Lots of other stuff.
I built some Lego.
Cool.
I got a Lego set that it's the first time, well, actually first and only time I'd pre-ordered Lego from the Lego company. Because a set came out that I was really excited for.
So friend of the show, the dearly departed Dan McGuinness did that once with the Ecto one when it came out.
Ooh, nice.
I've done that for the NES when it came out.
From
Anto?
Lego?
Yes.
Not from a retailer?
No, from Lego. And what have you pre-ordered from Lego.com?
Nothing ever.
Really?
Do you want to know
Yeah.
what I pre-ordered?
Yes.
I pre-ordered Jurassic Park Lego.
Oh.
Hey.
If you've
Nice.
listened to the show more than never, you'll know that I'm a fan. Excuse me.
Clever girl.
And I love Jurassic Park. I love the first Jurassic Park.
Yep.
The other ones are fine.
Yep. They're not.
Yeah, they're fine. They're entertaining.
There's a talking Demonicus.
There is a set that has come out, and it's in a range of sets that Lego do now, where they're like movie scenes, like iconic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is when the T-Rex is sort of broken out, and it's got the two Jeeps there in the enclosures right at the start of the film, and one of them's upside down. Anto, I put a couple of photos in assets. If you wanted to bring that up, if that's possible.
I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Hang on.
Gee, if only there was time before the show to do that and
If
not
only
play
I'd-
Clone Hero.
Possibly had mentioned that maybe. That would
You
have been
did
helpful.
mention
Did I?
heard you. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. That is the set. It is awesome. I don't know if you can zoom in or anything. Check out details.
I cannot.
But yeah.
Enhance section V6. Enhance.
It was a really good
I could
build.
zoom in
The T-Rex
and
looks
screw up
awesome.
the OBS filters, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay. They've got like a really cool way of doing sort of the broken fence wires. They've got little details like the signs that pop up on the fences, the footprints from when she's broken out of there, and then it's got like Lex and Tim behind the upside down Jeep, all looking like all scared and stuff in that picture there in front, but you put them behind. And it's got his little night vision, the helmet.
I was about to ask if he has the night vision.
Yeah. And then you got Dr. Malcolm in the Jeep with the flare and old mate Sam Neill at the front as well. It's so cool.
Is Denaro's legs there? Like just his legs
No,
after the
they
T-Rex
didn't quite
eats
go
him?
that far.
Oh.
But they did put a quote on the front, and it's like, "Boy, I hate it when I'm being right all the time," or something along those lines.
It says, "Boy, do I hate when I'm right all the time."
Yeah, it's so good. I had so much fun building it. It's awesome. And I've got another set on the way.
Oh, what's on the way? I don't think I know this.
It is the...
Oh, I know what it is.
Tall neck from Horizon.
Oh, damn. Yes. That will look... How big is that? Do you know?
Well, the minifigure is about yay big.
Okay.
And I reckon it's about probably about yay tall.
For the podcast listeners, he is
about the
signaling
size of my-
8 foot high.
No, it's probably about, I don't know, 300 mil?
No, 300 milliliters.
Millimeters.
Milliliters. You drink it. It's a good drink. So you drink the dinosaur.
No, you don't.
You drink the robot dinosaur.
But yeah, so I'm
Open
looking
the
forward to
door,
doing-
get on the floor, everybody drink the dinosaur.
Cool song.
Ooh. I'm choking on the metal. What is wrong with me?
I don't know.
Why does my brain go to these places?
Oh, nobody knows.
And that's it. The Lego stuff.
Yeah, I pretty much built Lego. I haven't really played much, to be honest. This weekend, I'm going to knock off Horizon, finish that. Also Kirby, which I'm having a great time with. And then I'm going to jump onto Lego Star Wars and sink my teeth into that.
Have you played any of it at all?
I've played a tiny little bit, but I didn't want to get into it without finishing the other ones.
Anto?
Just very quickly, for anyone who was curious about the height of the Lego Horizon Forbidden West
We all were.
tall neck,
Yep.
it stands at 13.5 inches tall,
What is that in real people?
34 centimeters high.
Oh, how close was I? I said 300
It's
mil.
about a William Dafoe.
It's about a Michael Towns. Sorry, Townsy.
Show support of Michael Towns there being heckled. So, likewise, I haven't had time to play much. Life got in the way this week, unfortunately, or fortnight since I last saw you all. But I have been playing Star Wars Lego. I caved in. I sent a message to our private Discord and said, what am I about to do? Like, I've been really getting to Star Wars lately. I've been watching the Clone Wars whenever I can. I've been watching, like, little movies and just getting really into the extended universe. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. I feel like a really relaxed, cool, friendly, and cute game. So I grabbed it. So far I'm having a lot of fun. I think I've messaged Floppy. I say, so what's the best way to finish this game? Like, play this game? Just burn through it? Or
Burn through the story and then go back and enjoy free play.
Yeah, so I've been searching because I wanted all those blocks because I really want the...
You won't get them all until you've got
Free play?
a number of characters unlocked, because there's so many things in each level that are hidden behind specific character abilities.
Yeah. And that's kind of weird because you can have like Darth Maul in Return of the Jedi and stuff like that, can't you? Really cool. I really like the amount of minifigs you can collect throughout it.
Oh, dude, the Lego games are unreal for it, especially the Star Wars ones with their expanded universe.
And yeah, and the fact that they just give you, like, you can search up codes and they have a whole heap of codes that you literally put in and
Don't
you get
use
them.
them, just unlock them. It's not hard.
Well, I mean, I've got Sidious. You type in Sidious.
You know who's
Comes out
really
with,
cool?
"Rah."
I like it when you can play as a gonk droid.
Oh, yeah. And a Rancor. There's a Rancor in it as well. Anyway, so that's why I've been
Wreck
doing
some stuff.
But during the last time since we saw you, dear listener / viewer / radio wave telepath?
Partaker of dinoisms?
Oh,
Sure.
I like that one.
Yeah,
We should get that on a
That's a
sticker.
shirt. Yeah, it's a shirt.
Sticker.
We attended Toy Fair.
We did attend a Thai Fair, all three of us.
We were there. Hack the Dino was there. We picked up many a thing. Sold a couple of things.
So many things.
Some of us picked up more things than others.
Some of us ran by the rule of you sell more than you purchase. Some of us went wild on the purchasing.
Some of us saved up for a couple of weeks so they had surplus amounts of money and then bought home and set it up and took a photo on their Instagram and went, what the hell are you doing, you idiot? You don't have any room for this. But not only at the Toy Fair, I picked up some things which I'm going to share with some people shortly. I also
Just some
managed...
people or everyone watching?
Oh, everyone won't. Well, it
Okay.
depends. They might go la 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 and cover their eyes.
I think he meant physically share them with people who are in close proximity, and share them visually with everyone who's watching, and audibly
for
with
people
who are
listening.
listening.
I stand by what I said, Anto. You don't even know the English language and you're from there.
Yeah, it's because I'm in Australia and I don't need it anymore.
All right, Colin.
It is true.
I do have something that I've been teasing for quite a while. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I teased this. I'm going to show it at the end of this little segment. I bought this a couple of months back. In fact, when Braden was still on the show. And I still remember you and Braden coming in and just going, hey, you want to see what I've just got? And I showed you and I showed Jasmine, my partner.
And we all went, what is wrong with you?
Anyway, that's at the
Why
end.
does
That's at
this
the
even
end.
exist?
I have not even put this up on my Mr. Benjamin account. I was saving it to reveal this show. But first thing that I managed to pick up from King Kaiju Collectibles, friend of the show, is this. Now, Floppy, what is this in my hand?
I don't know. I asked you that like half an hour ago, and you ignored me.
I know.
What
It looks like a flower.
Yeah, made out of what?
I know.
Is it kind of Lego?
Yeah, kind of Lego. So what I'm holding here, this flower Lego, is actually something called N&B blocks.
Okay.
N&B blocks were bought out by Nintendo in the 70s, I believe, to try and compete with Lego.
So fake Lego.
Fake Lego, but made by Nintendo.
Right.
And I have been after some Nintendo Lego for years. And King
Why
Kaiju,
did you get that bit?
Well, funny story. King Kaiju found 1.5 sets that were half complete. So he made a complete set, and then out of the rest, he built me this flower and said, here you go, you can have this.
We have to have a chat about what constitutes a funny story.
Hey, shut the hell up.
No, there's something pretty funny about... it's weird calling Nintendo the off-brand for once.
Yeah, that is actually
off-brand
quite
Lego
strange.
from Nintendo. That's pretty quirky.
Yeah, so it's... I can tell you, as someone who builds Lego, yeah, it's flimsy.
It looks like it's about to fall over.
It
Oh.
does. It comes apart very, very easy. But it's something that I've always wanted, and I'm glad I have another piece of Nintendo history in my collection.
That is pretty cool.
I will get a box one day, but they are super expensive. All right, what else do I have here? I managed to fill another hole in my Metal Gear Solid collection, my Kojima collection. I got Peace Walker for $5 from the great guys over at the Toy Power Podcast, which I will be a guest on in the next couple of months, which will be cool.
For everyone listening and watching, that sound was that flimsy thing falling over again.
There it goes again.
It's falling apart now. Fine, I
Just
won't
leave
have
it.
fun.
Just leave it.
I'll fix it after.
leave it.
Oh, it's literally come apart. I also got at the Toy Fair, what you can see in front of me is a boxed Hori Nintendo 64 controller. These are really, really sought after and really high demand. It's basically a Nintendo 64 controller, but with some turbo buttons, turbo switches, and without the side handles on the Nintendo 64. So you don't need 3 hands to play it. Which is always a good time.
That was always a weird one.
I also got a different color SNES controller for the Switch. So if I can just pick that up without dropping everything. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers may see that this is a different
wrong
color.
colours?
The wrong colours. Now, we do have a fairly large audience over in America. In Australia and in Japan, we got 4 different coloured buttons.
And in Europe.
And Europe, sorry.
Everywhere else.
Everywhere else but in
But the
the
States.
US. So when an opportunity came from my good friend James Avery to pick this up, I took him up on it and added that to my collection as well. So I now have a Super Nintendo controller from the US.
I do a lot of model building. I could happily correct that colour scheme for you.
Well, you don't need to. I've already got 2 of the real ones in my collection over there. Speaking of real ones, another thing I got from King Kaiju is this little cartridge in front of me. It's green. It's beautiful. It's The Legend of Zelda for the Famicom.
Ah, that's cool.
Now, I didn't have this version. I had the Famicom Disc version. I have the NES version, which we can also see here as well, but not the Famicom version. It's such a cool card. The coolest thing about the Famicom... Don't touch that. The coolest thing about the Famicom carts is the range of colours that they came in. You had all different types of colours for all different types of games.
Did they just do random ones, or are they actually... Was there a rule to what was coloured what?
No, there was a rule. There was a
Okay.
rule. So baseball's blue and, obviously...
Adventure
Zelda's-
games were green?
Well, Zelda specifically
Okay.
was green.
Pretty sure all the Dragon Ball games that came out on the Famicom were orange.
Orange?
Yes, I believe so. And then this one. Now, for those of you who can't see, I'm holding up a still in box or still on card Splinter from 1989, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, unpunched, which means that up the top here where it usually hangs, it hasn't had that little bit of paper poked
So
out.
waiting for you to touch it and go.
I am
crap.
paranoid about that happening.
There's a lot of glare coming off that plastic. Should we just?
Don't touch it, Floppy.
I
He
love
just wants
messing.
to open it.
I know it's so sad to see boxes.
It's not.
locked
So
away.
this is something of my collection I kind of wanted to get back into. And I already have the turtle figures in my cabinet, but getting carded ones, and this one came up. Now this is a cool story. The person had it. I was towards the end of the fair, and I was walking around and saw it on someone's back shelf. And I went up and went, "Oh, is that the 1989 or a re-release?" I said, "No, it's an original 89 one." And talking to him, I said, "Oh, how much was it?" And he told me, and I went, "Oh, okay." And then he noticed my mask with my company's name on it. I'm a coffee roaster. Black Market Coffee is the coffee that I roast.
plug.
Hey, I should really sponsor this show.
You really should.
You really should.
No, we don't like wasting money.
I'm just going to say, gamers like coffee.
They do. Maybe I'll do a test run. Anyway, turns out the person selling this owns a hairdresser, which is opposite a cafe that supplies our coffee, and he drinks the coffee that I make like 8 times a day. So he gave me $50 off.
Due to him being so erratically minded to all the coffee that he drinks.
Oh, so the brain syncing technology is working very, very well. Then finally, so I got a whole heap of other stuff. You can find it
So
over
much stuff.
at Mr. Benjamin on Instagram. I put it all up there. It's all there for you to look at. But this isn't up there. This is the thing that I talked about at the top of the show. The thing that I've been dealing with. Floppy.
Yes, mate.
I'm just going to get it. Just tell the story. Tell a story about it.
I can't tell you a story about it. I don't know without revealing it. I mean, this thing is the most ridiculous. I had no idea this thing existed. I still don't know why it exists.
It's so heavy.
It is. It's ridiculously heavy. It's There's no reason for this to exist in the universe. So this is a Game Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Game Boy sewing machine.
It's real. It's real.
It is a real Game Boy sewing machine. So, if I can... Oh my God, it's heavy.
I'm not helping you with that dumb thing.
You can see... Oh, it's heavy as hell. We can see on the screen there, yep, that's a photo we took before the show. It says Game Boy. You can see here on the back is a cable which plugs... This is why I have this Pikachu Game Boy here. Plugs into your Game Boy. Floppy, if you could hold the Game Boy like that for me, please.
Sure.
Do you need a third pair of hands?
Oh, I'm going to need a new shoulder. This thing weighs a ton. Plugs into the Game Boy, like so. And then there is a cart that you put on there, and it comes with pre-disclosed patterns. Put us on the big window there, Anto. It comes with a cartridge with patterns on it that you can put in and sew onto your clothes, or you can develop one yourself. It's basically a predecessor to 3D printing. It's amazing. It is one of the stupidest peripherals that came out in Nintendo in Japan.
No, it is the stupidest peripheral.
Oh my gosh, I am so glad I have it. It is just wonderful.
I just want to call out Townsy in the chat for now. He wants to make a cart that'll do a Hack the Dino logo.
That would be amazing. Look at it. Look at it. What
Dumbest
a
thing
wonderful,
ever.
ridiculous thing.
Is there a tiny Pikachu in there powering the damn thing or something?
I'm going to put it on the
Says
desk.
cat like
Floppy,
Sparky.
take it over.
What else? What did I pick up? I picked up a few things there. Anto, if you could flip over to my Instagram.
I would, but I
But-
can't view the photos because it's not logged in on the Hack the Dino browser window
sorry,
or
I've-
my personal one.
I've just remembered something. I also got this Wii Mini, which didn't come out in Australia. It came out in the...
It was Canada first, and then it got re-released in the UK and most of Europe.
So towards the end of the Wii's life, they brought out Wii Mini, opens up like that, plays Wii games, doesn't have any of the carts. It's cool.
It's a CD rewinder.
Yeah. This one's a little bit tarnished, but I got it for $30, so I'm not too
That's
fussed.
unreal.
I'll get a real one. And lastly, probably one of the most impressive things I got for the day. Sorry to cut you off, Floppy. We'll get back to you in a sec. But I've been after this for years. It's been a grail item, more so than the Game Boy sewing machine.
It was a realistic toupee.
Still searching for that one. The Merkin, however, is this thing right here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between. It is the latest Game Boy game physical edition from Game Boy Games Classic Internet Scary Maze Game Game Boy Edition. If you would like one of these games, Floppy, where can they get them?
Over at hackthedino.com.
Oh, yes,
In
yes.
our link tree to Game Boy games.
Fantastic game. I've played it and I was scared witless. So scared, all my hair fell out of my Merkin.
Right.
Floppy, what did you get at the Toy Fair?
Whoa, we can talk about actually the one thing that I'm really keen on talking about is actually going to be tied into something we're talking about later.
Okay.
So I picked up a bunch of stuff. I picked up a bunch of PS1 games that were really cool. Resident Evil 2, which I was really stoked about. Minty Fresh too. A Yakuza 6 Collector's Edition, which is something I missed out with. Thank you, Anto. Missed out on when it came out. It's got whiskey glasses in it. It's so cool. But the biggest thing that I picked up, I'm going to talk about later in the show.
Excellent. Anto, what did you get?
I picked up a couple of things. I picked up an Anniversary controller for Street Fighter 4. No, wait, it was Street Fighter 3, I think. For Xbox. So it's like a floating D-pad Sega Saturn style controller for fighting games, which is great. I picked up a boxed Nintendo 64.
Oh, nice.
That was an awesome
steal.
pickup.
What else did I walk away with? Gex 3D, Enter the Gecko, and Croc 2 for PS1, which was honestly for Coda, Cat Like Sparky in the chat for
Yeah, sure it was.
Shut up, Ben.
Sure it was. We believe you, honestly. Wink.
I also picked up, courtesy of Game Boy Dad, the one Ratchet & Clank physical disc that Coda was missing for her collection. I got Sonic Rush Adventure from Floppy, Sonic Generations on 3DS, Street Fighter 4 for 3DS, The Bouncer for PS2, which I'm convinced the main character of that game is what Sora is going to turn into in Kingdom Hearts 5, because it looks very similar. And I picked up a very, very, very expensive, very hard to find game for the Dreamcast called Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, you
which
did
is one of my dream.
It's one of your
always
Grail
wanted
games,
to own
isn't it?
RPGs and never got a chance to. So, yeah.
But did you get a sewing machine?
No, I did not.
No, you did not. Who has a sewing machine? This guy.
Fools and horses.
All right, we should probably look into some gaming news that we tout so successfully.
You mean that gaming news that hasn't happened at all this week?
Yeah, there's a
we're
reason
half an hour into the show already.
There's a reason our intro's gone so long this week is because nothing happened.
Okay, very, very quick. It's time for News Bites. Quick roundup of some of the news that happened this week. Chip shortage will last until 2024, according to Intel CEO. He's predicting that we're going to be waiting until 2024 until those chips used to make Series X and PlayStation 5 will be readily available. So if you don't have one, I'm sorry.
Let's also take point that those chips are also the same chips used in electric vehicles, which use 8 of them per car.
I was also reading
a whole bunch of other stuff.
The chips being used to make like consumer hardware and you know cars and fridges and all this stuff, the chips used in the machinery that make those products need to be replaced with the ones there is a shortage of.
Hooray!
So
what there isn't a shortage of, well, there is because there's only one. The gold Wii that was made for the Queen in Buckingham Palace is up on auction site for sale again. At the time of this show, it was at $1,500 US.
How have you not bought this one?
Because I don't have $1,500 US.
Yeah, but if you got rid of half the... if you didn't buy a sewing machine...
That's true. I probably could buy it quite easily.
5 copies of every Metal Gear game.
Fender and Square Enix, who we'll talk about later, have collaborated for a Final Fantasy XIV electric guitar.
Oh, I'd heard about this, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's up on Hack the Dino's Instagram. So go over to Hack the Dino on Instagram, have a look, and you can see what Floppy has.
Should probably subscribe to that one.
And lastly, Xbox and Bethesda have announced their summer showcase, which will take place on June 12th in place of E3, something which we already kind of knew was going to happen. I'm sure Nintendo will have a Nintendo Direct around the same time.
It was only Xbox and Bethesda there last time anyway.
Pretty much. And they were separate at that time. Now they're together.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the big news stories to come out of the past week or so was the Embracer Group buying out some of Square Enix's studios. Square Enix sold developer studios for $300 million. Some of those studios include Crystal Dynamics, who did the Tomb Raider reboots and are working on the Perfect Dark reboot for Xbox. Eidos Montreal, who of course did Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy for Square Enix. And Square Enix Montreal, who did the Go mobile spin-offs of their AAA games. Now, I hear you think, who is Embracer Group and why have I never heard of them before?
Good reason, because that's exactly what I was thinking.
So Embracer Group is the parent company of major publishers such as Deep Silver, THQ Nordic, and Gearbox, as well as 100 other game studios. The company was previously known as THQ Nordic, but adopted its current name to avoid confusion following its many acquisitions. Grown by purchasing studios and franchise rights from other companies that are either letting them stay dormant or are liquidating them because of bankruptcy. Hello, Metal Gear, Silent Hill, whatever. Just make it happen. Some of the other studios that they own are Gearbox Software, who did Borderlands, Experiment 101, who did the release last year Biomutant,
That was good.
Voltron, who did Saints Row, Free Radical Design, who did Time Splitters,
Volition.
Time Splitters was such a good series.
and Asper, who are currently doing the
Aspire.
Star... Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. It's not Casper the Friendly Ghost. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic remake,
Keen for that.
and 4A Games, who do the Metro series. They also own Dark Horse Comics, so have all that IP as well.
Dark Horse, they did all like the Alien and Predator comics and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, yep. They had the Star Wars license for a very long time as well.
Very long time.
So Square Enix also announced that they lost $200 million on the Marvel games.
So that'd just be the Avengers game then.
Both of them.
Oh, really?
Guardians of the Galaxy's underperformed, according to them. But what are they called again? I've forgotten the name. Embracer now have the rights to that. However, it's up to Disney okaying them as to whether they will be allowed to... who's giving me crap in the chat?
Townsy, he's giving you crap for not knowing English, but giving me crap for not knowing English as well.
Yeah. Anto can't speak English. Asper?
It was my accent. Yeah, so
Hello, governor.
Disney needs to approve Embracer before they will let them continue with Avengers, which, if you ask me, like they announced 2 or 3 weeks ago that there's no longer a roadmap. Like that DLC and characters will come out when they come out, meaning they're not coming out.
They're not coming out.
I think that game's officially
They're not going to waste more time
dead.
and money on an underperforming live service game. They're just not going to.
Now, there was a rumor, which has recently been labelled as absurd, but I found it hilarious, so I've included it here, that Square Enix sold a large chunk of their studios to, quote, focus on cloud tech and blockchain technologies.
Not a rumor.
They said it. However, an industry person has since come out and said it's absurd due to Square Enix being a very soluble company. So
What's blockchain?
blockchain is NFTs. So basically, when you buy an NFT, you're buying a place on the blockchain.
I don't believe that stuff exists.
It doesn't. That's the thing. It's a big scam. Anto, what do you think about that? You're a resident NFT expert.
I wouldn't say I'm an NFT expert. I don't want to be associated with that crowd.
I would say you're
But-
probably more educated in how it works than the rest of us.
I wouldn't even go that far, but maybe. Effectively,
You know what it is.
So NFTs specifically are called, it stands for non-fungible token, which the absolute bare bones explanation that I can give you is when you purchase an NFT, it's a digital receipt or signature saying that you have an ownership of a digital asset.
Yep.
So effectively, it's manufacturing scarcity of an infinitely reproducible digital item.
And the drawings are rubbish.
Yeah, like the whole thing is just a pump and dump scam, and anyone who tries to get you in on it is just trying to sell you something for more than they paid for it. It's just a bad time. It's like cryptocurrency all over again, but worse, and it's vastly
Still don't get
more
that.
environmentally destructive than cryptocurrency was and is. It's just a bad time, but yeah, it's dumb because Square Enix have just not Square Enix as a company, the president of Square Enix recently has gone on record saying he wants to like heavily move Square Enix development and game development into the NFT space. And that's why they're selling off these assets.
Cannot wait for Chrono Trigger to become an NFT that I can buy.
Please don't.
I probably will, you know.
You know, I
Please don't.
tried to watch a little mini doco on that explained. Well, it was called Explained as well on Netflix. Cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the whole thing. I paid super amounts of attention to it. Still know nothing.
The
'cause you're old.
best video I can get anyone to watch if you're curious about NFTs, what they are, and why they're stupid. Just go to YouTube and look up a video called "The Line Goes Up." It just talks about cryptocurrency, NFTs, environmental destruction, and capitalism as a problem, and links it all together and makes it make sense. It's about 2 hours long, but it's worth it.
And while you're there, you should head on over to Hack the Dino, also on YouTube, and subscribe to our daily videos where I put up all the best parts of our show over the course of a
Funniest
week.
things.
And when I can be bothered, make funny edits.
Yeah.
That's not very often because it takes me a whole Saturday to do
Also,
that stuff.
Most of the funny stuff's just me saying stupid things anyway.
Yep. Or me yelling out obscene words that aren't proper. Sorry.
And not going to
Correct.
happen moving forwards.
No. You know what else is fun and what we're going to use moving forward is age. Age is fun for those of you who are still in your 20s. However, for those of us who are after the 20s, it's not so fun and more like a debilitating, slow decay.
Yeah, it's not fun at all.
You know,
hurt
your
all
knees
the
hurt.
time.
Yeah, you look back and go, what? How was that old? And just because I feel like being depressing, I decided to have a look at what games are sharing significant anniversaries in 2022. However, Floppy and Anto don't know what I've put on this list. All they can see in front of them is 10th anniversary, 15th anniversary, 20, 25th, 30, 35th, 40th anniversary.
Nothing next to them.
Nothing next to them. It's blank. I have on a separate secret sheet the games that are having anniversaries this year. And what I'm going to do is read out the title of the game, and I want each of these guys to try and guess what anniversary it is.
Do we have to just yell it out? Or
No, it's not. Just try and come to yourself.
everyone watch him accidentally read out his shopping list. He's going to be peaches. Tomato puree.
So are we ready? Are we ready to guess a whole bunch of games and how old they are? What
Yeah.
significant anniversary? So it is a multiple of 5 between 10 and 40. Are we ready?
Sure.
Question before we get started.
Yes.
Is it specifically video games, or is it video game related stuff like hardware?
There is some hardware in there.
Okay, cool.
Okay, here we go. Game number 1.
Yes.
Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
35th.
Anto?
35th.
Correct, 35th. Well done. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. For real? Or you guessed?
I didn't
No, for
know it.
real.
I just figured math.
We're still in the business or financial year for Zelda to have the 35th anniversary of Zelda. Nintendo to have that anniversary, sorry.
Won't
and they
happen.
haven't.
Won't happen. Final Fantasy 7.
35th.
Are you sure?
It
Wait,
can't
no.
be. No, that'll
Final
only be
Fantasy
once.
7?
Yeah.
No.
25th.
25th.
Correct. You guys are going all right.
This is late 90s, right? 97?
Final Fantasy as a series, it's for 35th.
Well, I'll be asking that question later, so maybe
Oh,
I'll skip
wow.
that. Nintendo 64 released in Europe and Australia.
Ooh.
Have some of these got multiple answers?
No. That's why I said Europe and Australia.
Europe and Australia.
Not 20th.
I remember people having one in 1998, so
30th.
I'm going to say 15th?
25th.
25th? Oh my god,
25
I'm old.
years ago this year.
So you do have multiple ones.
Oh, I forgot 2012 existed.
As do we all. It was a time of Backstreet Boys. Sure.
No, that was very much not.
That was 2020, right? Backstreet Boys reunion tour?
Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition.
Ooh.
That's got to be a... Oh, Champion Edition.
I'm going to say, for Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, 30th anniversary.
Floppy.
I'm going to go 15th.
What?
When did the Champion Edition come out? I don't know.
It was the second Street Fighter 2
Yeah,
game.
but does that mean that it came out then, or did it come out much later as a Champion Edition? I don't know.
30th.
Yeah,
That was
nice.
close.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Ooh. 25th.
Correct.
So you told me that there was only one answer per year. You literally said that like 2 minutes ago.
I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't listen to you. The Super
I'm getting so
Nintendo.
confused.
Super Nintendo, which launched in Europe. What
30.
anniversary? Yes, correct.
Now that I know I can have multiple answers, I might get some
How
right.
was it? Multiple. Oh, you mean under each topic?
Under each.
Oh, yeah.
anniversary.
You can. You don't have to.
Yeah.
That would have been a better game, actually. We should have done that.
As in, like, what
That's what I thought
anniversary it
you'd
is,
done.
what games there are.
I thought there was one per anniversary.
No,
right.
there's heaps.
why I got
The
weirded out.
GameCube released in Europe.
20.
Yes. Floppy.
I was doing my mental math and I was out by a year.
Okay, the PAL,
I'm just going to get the within 5 years, mate.
the PAL release of Super Mario Brothers.
The original arcade game, or
The PAL release of Super Mario Brothers for the NES.
35th?
40.
The 35th.
35th.
Persona 4 Golden for the PSP.
PS Vita.
PSP.
PS Vita.
Golden came out on the Vita.
PS
Really?
Vita.
Yeah.
It says PSP, and I didn't write this.
I own it.
Well, they're wrong.
I stole it from a site.
I
A
own
very
it.
reputable site, actually.
Persona 4 was PlayStation 2, and Persona 4 Golden was PS Vita.
Well, I don't know if this was right then. But anyway, give me that answer.
10.
Yes! Jesus.
Yeah, 10.
I thought this was going to be a lot funnier than it was. Metal Gear.
It was when you got the questions wrong.
Metal Gear?
Original
that
MSX
has to
release
be-
or NES?
Oh, you Metal Gear or Metal Gear Solid?
The very first Metal Gear.
Oh,
35th.
yeah, 92?
Correct, 35th. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back for the Atari.
35th? No, wait.
Empire Strikes Back,
40th.
40.
Correct. You guys are really good at this. Persona 3 for the PS2.
Ooh. 25th.
Sorry, one more caveat. The US release.
Oh, okay, that changes things.
20.
So Floppy says 20. Anto?
I'm going to say 20.
15th.
Really?
Yep.
Is that late in the PS2?
Wow. Yeah, that must have come out
2008.
Yeah, that's like PS3 was out.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Don't know.
25th.
20th. Younger than... So I was expecting you guys to go, what?
Hot
That
Pursuit
old?
or Underground 2?
Sorry, what?
Hot Pursuit or Underground 2?
It says Hot Pursuit 2.
That would have been PS1.
Look, I tried to find games that you guys like, all right? Excuse me for being nice for once.
I feel like we'd know them better. That would have been PS1.
Yeah, because I only play good games. The Orange Box.
Oh, okay.
15th.
Ooh. Yeah. 15th.
Correct, 15th.
Yeah, PS3 360.
Fallout.
Fallout 1.
Original Fallout,
Fallout.
20.
Anto?
I'm going to say 25th.
Anto's correct.
Really? That old?
Yeah, 25th.
Yeah. Well,
Mortal Kombat series, or Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Oh,
30.
30th.
Both correct, 30th.
yeah.
Grand,
Notice I
Theft,
was going to say 35, but I stopped. 30.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City for the PS2.
Oh, I don't know that. I'm going to say 25th.
I'm going to say 20.
Floppy's correct,
Because
20th.
he said PS2.
Correct. The Ratchet and Clank. The Ratchet and Clank.
The Ratchet and Clank, 20.
The Ratchet and Clank.
20?
Yep.
What do you think,
Floppy?
Boy, you person?
Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to go 20.
You're both correct. Have I already done this one? Already done? I don't know.
No idea.
I'm going to skip
Where are
that
your
one.
sunglasses, Floppy?
Yeah, I realised I just looked over there. I can't read any of it.
The Wii U console.
Oh, 10.
Okay, I'll agree with him. He seems to know what he's...
Well, he's correct. Wise decision. Zelda the Wind Waker.
Ooh.
Also 10.
Ooh. No.
No, 15.
20th.
20 is correct. Mega Man.
30.
35th.
Anto's correct. 35th. Final Fantasy series.
35th.
And June 2 for DOS
Ooh,
systems.
35th.
okay. June 2. 30.
What did you say, Anto?
35th.
30th.
Ah.
1992?
Can we just have a look at how many games are... Yes, 1992. How many games are having 35th anniversaries, and in 15 years' time...
All of them?
In 15 years' time, we're going to have an amazing 50th anniversary for some of these.
All
so
right, go for it. What's happened? What are we going to hit 50 anniversary in 15
so
years?
we've got Zelda.
Yep.
We've got Final Fantasy.
Street Fighter,
Street Fighter. We've got Super Mario Brothers. Metal Gear.
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. We've got Final Fantasy, which we already said. Mega Man. Like, there are some massive, massive, massive games there. And when they hit 50, my goodness, we'll be old.
Just to point out, Dylan,
I'll be older.
For Dylan, we said Wii U, not Wii. So Wii U is 10 years old this year.
Oh, really? What was...
Thank you.
What was Dylan the villain?
No, the Wii U is 10 years old this year, but Dylan thought we said Wii, so he was saying 15.
Right.
Oh, I
Just
said
wanted
10.
to clear up some confusion.
I thought you said Wii U.
An easy cheat for the Super Nintendo systems. Up until the Switch, every system came out 5 years.
Really?
Every 5 years.
Is it that quick?
Yep. 5 years was the Nintendo console life.
That seems really short.
I would say like your lower end of your... It's now like... It'd surely be 8 years by about now. It's about 8 or 9 years per console now, isn't it?
Yes. The Switch has already been out, 6 years? 6.5 years?
5.
2017.
This is
so
the
5
fifth year.
years.
So it's in the 5th year now, and they're not going to be releasing...
Dylan the
a new
villain
one this
in
year.
the chat. You are not an idiot. I don't want to hear that again. Thank you.
Well,
You're a
that's
smart man.
Be nice.
Don't put
to
yourself
everyone,
down.
including yourself.
Do you know how many things I stuff up and I don't hear properly and I'm sitting next to him?
God. Oh, well, that went a different way than I was prepared for.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought he was going to be self-deprecating and I was going to jump on board, but no. He's
Far out.
he's all over the old Ben. The Ben. Look, we've got 15 minutes. We're 15 minutes early.
All right, so if we're 50 minutes early now, we can actually jump onto assets, Anto, and I can show you some of the things that I got from the
have
toy
you put
fair.
them in assets?
Yeah, I threw some photos in.
Amazing.
I didn't throw the last one that I'm going to talk about
Oh, yes, that.
because I'll talk about that later in the
At
show.
a later point in another episode for podcast listeners.
There we go.
Oh, what's this?
So this is an arcade stick and game that I got boxed for the 360 for Soul Calibur 4.
Nice.
And Anto, being the fighting game fanatic that he is, checked it out and he was like, those buttons and stickers good.
Yes, the buttons especially, I like the spread on them. I got the 25th anniversary Street Fighter one, and the button spread on that is awful. Like,
Oh, really?
like it's in a straight line.
Oh.
So it's not natural to your fingers, and it
like
cramps
using
up
a
super
keyboard.
quick. Yeah, it's really bad. Real bad.
Yeah.
These
so,
ones are positioned perfectly for you to be able to rest 3 fingers at the top and your thumb on the A button. And, like, that's exactly what you want it to do, especially for Soul Calibur. So, you know.
so I think at some point, Anto and I are planning on having a fighting game day,
Oh, well, thanks for the invite.
which I was about to say you need to come to.
Well, thank you for the invite.
Hey, when the pandemic's over, we should just, like, invite the viewers to come and challenge us in other video games. That could be fun.
You know what we could do?
Don't challenge me. I suck at video games.
And I'm saying this because my business partners don't watch this show. We could organise a little gaming get-together at the roastery once it's done.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, free coffee for everyone.
What? Whoa.
You heard him, everyone.
But not everyone, but maybe, once the pandemic calmed down a bit.
Not you.
Once the pandemic's calmed down a bit, we might organise it. Because we used to do live shows once upon a time before the world
We did. Went to poop.
was dying. It still is, but less so. But
Yeah.
Shut up, Ben. Continue.
But yeah, so what was my next one that I brought up? I mean, I was really happy with that. That was a really cool find.
How much did you roughly pay for that?
I can't remember.
Money?
Yeah, monies. So these are a couple that I added to my PlayStation collection. Tron for the PSP, which I just like anything Tron.
Same. I almost picked that up,
I
but I left
thought
it
you might have.
because I went, no, Ben, you need to... Nintendo. That's it.
And Echo the Dolphin. So I pretty much do what you do with Nintendo with PlayStation.
Yep.
Yeah. But I also branch out a bit. Probably a bit more.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Echo the Dolphin for the PS2, because who doesn't want a video game about a dolphin?
a
Echo
good
the
game.
Dolphin is cool.
It's a good game.
They are cool games.
The Sega version's rather pricey. Or is that the second one? The sequel.
No, this
That
one.
I reckon that was number 2.
This one here, Defender of the Future, this was originally a Dreamcast release, which got ported to PS2 after Sega became a third-party publisher. The original, like the Dreamcast one, goes for $150.
Right.
This one's like $20, maybe.
Okay. What did you pay for it, Floppy?
I think I paid $5.
You did.
Yeah.
I think you traded this with me for the Sonic game.
Did I?
I think so, because you got it from me.
Did I?
Yeah.
I got a lot of things that day. I can't remember where they all came from.
You got a lot of things. Holy
Okay,
smokes.
I got a few things, and I have a bad memory. Thank you, Anto.
I've
Next
been-
one. Oh, here we go. So I got Epic Mickey 2 from that guy.
Yeah. I gave it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because I had 2 copies.
And I picked up Thundercats on the DS, which
You
I haven't
played that
played yet. No, I haven't played it yet. I don't know anything about it, but I like Thundercats.
Oh!
Yes. Metroid, after much debating with myself and with Ben and Anto, I decided to pick up.
A lot of debating there.
Yeah. X-Men Destiny, which is just a great game. Well,
Really?
I think it's a great game because it's a bit rubbish, but I find it endearing.
So I ended up grabbing it for $5 as well, only because I heard it was... That's the game where you make your own mutant, right? Like you build your own character,
And then you got
and you've got like 3 powers to choose from.
it's never going to win awards, but you know that I like rubbish.
But you know, it tried.
You know I like
It
rubbish.
turned up. Like, you know, its mum's clearly helped it with its costume, and, you know, it's crying in the corner, but it's there. Give it a break.
He's trying, okay?
And now I have Epic Mickey and Epic Mickey 2. But what I don't have is the really cool Wii remote thing that you have, which is a paintbrush.
It is cool.
It is good. Well,
Very
Jazz
cool.
has, sorry. And my PlayStation 1 pickup, which I was really jazzed about, was Resident Evil 2. Not in the classics case. So that's awesome. Batman Gotham Racing. I'm sure it's going to be a generic racing game with Batman, but it's got the animated Batman, so that was cool.
A copy of Time Crisis is familiar.
That may have come from Anto.
You got a pretty good deal with that Resident Evil 2 as well, I believe.
I did. I got a $5 deal with that Resident Evil 2. Y'all should go to Time. Y'all?
Y'all?
When did I become?
Hey, y'all,
When did I become
welcome. We're
Southern
from
American?
the place where we talk like this.
So loud.
Y'all?
You should come to the toy fair. Like, there's so many good deals to be had. But probably one of my favorite pieces was also from Anto, actually. But this is something that when it came out, I missed out on pre-orders that day.
Much like this.
Yeah.
My beautiful sewing
And I
machine.
really want it. I'm a big fan of the Yakuza series. This collector's edition came with 2 whiskey glasses, which have these beautiful etched, dragon print on them.
What's good?
Some whiskey stones and coasters. It's just an art book. It's just so nice. So good.
I'm trying to open this up. It's not working.
You're going to drop it.
I know. I'm going to stop it.
I like that it's green screened out.
Yeah, the Yakuza 6 thing was interesting because, like, where I was working at the time when it came out, a colleague was like, "Oh, you should get it. Yakuza's amazing." So I was like, "Oh, okay." I got really hyped up and bought it, and I've never opened it. So I just gave it to Floppy. Well, I didn't give it to Floppy.
No, there was an exchange of monies.
Yeah, of course.
Big money. Like, giant novelty check.
Yeah, Monopoly
Yeah,
money.
just one of these big ones.
Floppy came in and said, I've just won a race. I'm the new Peter Brock.
Why Peter Brock?
Because he was an awful person.
Was he?
According to The Dollop, which is an excellent podcast. We've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast where we talk about the games of the past, the present, and the future, as well as giving in-depth, well, not really in-depth, news, reviews. I've already said this bit. Yeah, cool. You can find us doing other things besides talking about video games. Floppy, what do you do other than video game?
I take pictures of video games and other video game related paraphernalia that I purchase and put them on my Instagram, of which we looked at a bit this afternoon.
What's
this
the
evening.
old...
Oh, that one
at?
that I got there. It is Floppy Plays Games. Should be renamed to Floppy Buys Them, takes photos of them, sometimes plays.
I think you exceed the character limit.
That is the nest that I got, along with Bonesy from Game Boy Games and Nintendo 64 expansion pack, because I also picked one of them up.
Yeah, you've got any games to play with it?
Yeah, I got Donkey Kong,
Oh, nice. Horrible game.
but it needs that
Awful.
pack there.
Awful game.
But going up, if you go back up for a sec there, Ant, that House of the Dead Overkill, the Bang Bang box, super excited for that. And did you know they're doing a remake for Switch?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for that as well.
Anto,
I'm pretty sure we talked about this at the end of the last show.
we did, but that's okay. We've got new listeners every time, I assume.
This is true. This is true.
Anto, what do you do with your fingers?
Well, mostly. Yeah, I don't know. You can find me on Instagram as well under @HeyIt'sAnto with a 0 instead of a letter O. You'll have to follow the page because I've got it set to private because I'm a bit finicky about Facebook and Meta having all my data and stuff.
It's fine. It's not
I
fine.
occasionally share video game stuff that I've picked up. more often than not recently, it's been new high scores or 100% completion on Guitar Hero songs. Stuff like that. That's pretty much me. Yeah,
I like that you're doing it all still to my Instagram.
Yeah, I can't access mine. It's on my phone. I'm not gonna.
But one thing you can access is at Bad Game Arts, where I put up some of the worst bad game art that has appeared on video game art, cartridges, posters, wherever you find it. And I've put some up.
What is that?
So you may remember last time we talked about this. If you scroll down, we briefly spoke about Xenophobe,
Xenophobe.
the horribly named game called Xenophobe, where an alien is the xenophobe. But if we go to the next one, which is just up and to the right,
What on earth is that?
I don't know. But apart from all the phallic things coming out, that tornado has seen some stuff. He's got a face on him like, oh, it's a scary tornado.
What is it called?
I don't know. Next, we have Super
Robin Hood.
But do you know what the best part of Super Robin Hood is?
What is it? It says Super Robin Hood.
No, it's the fact that he's got a 20-pack or heaps of tumours in his stomach.
Whoa! Why does his stomach look like a golf ball?
He's got a 25-pack.
A 25-pack or 25 tumours,
That
whatever
dude did
kills
not
him first.
skip ab day.
And finally, we've got a car game from Sega, and it should be a playing game because that dude is high as hell.
Up and Down's actually really good fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is Herbie found some edibles.
But yeah, that's Bad Game Arts. Bad Game Arts with an S on the end because Bad Game Art was already taken. You can find there, follow along, and you can also head on over to @MrBenjamin where I post all my video game pickups for insurance purposes. So it's a fun time, and that's what the internet looks like. If you've never seen it before, exclusive here first. That's some of the other stuff. I got Zombie Captain America for $20. I'm back collecting vintage comics again because I hate money.
Because I hate money.
Yeah, who needs it?
That car that was in that game up the top, the high one, looks like the Roger Rabbit taxi.
Yep, it does, but it's not because he was angry. I got that Onslaught figure. See that Onslaught figure? Who remembers Onslaught?
Yeah,
Anyone?
we do. Is that the one that's got Professor X trying
Yep.
to get out of him at the back?
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
that's cool.
great. I freaking loved it.
I
Found it the
liked
other
reading
night.
Onslaught. So many people didn't.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
As someone who doesn't know much about comics and the origin of these characters, and is mostly video game oriented, I guess, didn't Onslaught make an appearance in Marvel Superheroes, the video game, as a secret boss?
Probably.
No, I think he was the main boss.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Or maybe that it was one of them because Sentinel was a boss. I think Marvel vs. Capcom, Sentinel's the boss. And then Onslaught is the boss of maybe 2, perhaps? Maybe not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But Onslaught is basically what happened. So back in Wolverine 75, Magneto ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine.
Like
And
just
Xavier...
tore it through the pores of his
Yeah,
skin.
yeah. And then Xavier got angry and wiped his mind. But when he did that, part of Magneto's evil essence
His
jumped
psyche.
into Xavier, and it nursed and grew in there, and then he became Onslaught. But what was really cool was the payoff to Bishop's storyline from many, many years ago where one of the X-Men was going to betray and kill them all.
And you know who? You thought it was Gambit, didn't you?
You thought it was led to believe it was Gambit, then it was revealed years later it was actually Xavier when he turned into Onslaught, and he went to kill them, and because Bishop was there and he knew about it, he jumped in front of it, and because his ability was to absorb kinetic energy, he did so, and they didn't die.
And that's the nerd hour of comics.
Yeah, let's talk about games like real grown-ups.
Yeah. Not
Anyway.
comic nerd stuff.
We've been Hack the Dino, you've been you, which is good. You should always try and be you, because you are the best you that you've ever been.
Or me. You've probably been a better me than me.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good call. We'll be back next time to talk about all the things I've made with my sewing machine. So if you'd like to...
I can't wait to see nothing.